Big up to all those in YouTube land. It turns out Nicholas Jackson is not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Newcastle deservedly slaps Chelsea at the St James's Park. Now we have to go to the bridge against Man City or Manchester Shit United, whatever you want to call them, man. They're both terrible. But anyway, let's get into it. Big up to all those in YouTube land. How are all the Chelsea Blues and family doing? JPT, how you doing, my guy? You good? Sorry, JK will be with us in a minute, I think. Hey, is that him? No, someone's just gone. That's why I stopped. No, might have been Deals again. Yeah, big up, JPT. How are you?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, not bad, brother. Not not particularly happy with the result of the weekend. There's ways of losing. So I put it that way, and Sunday did not do it for me, bro, against Newcastle. And I'm not being funny. We need to talk about Nicholas Jackson because, boy, I don't know what crack he was smoking or what picture like nude Astrid sent him before the game, but my guy was hyped. Did you see that elbow, bro? Man
turned into the elbow where he took a look where his defender's at, and then has the nerves to complain about like, oh, it should have been just a yellow. That you can't make eye contact with the guy, know where he's going to be at, and then.
Bro,
it was just stupid.
Jackson against Newcastle. Bro, Jackson against Newcastle, bro. He turned into the Rock. And don't ask me why. You know what I mean? All that.
We're gonna see Nico Jackson at the Nation.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking. Yeah, I missed that Nation tune, man. That Nation tune was awesome. The Rock says, "Know your damn role." Anyway, do a bit of housework. Rosie says, smash the likes in the way in, the sub on the way in. Oh, bless you, Rosie. Thank you very much. Been a couple of weeks since we've seen you in the show. Oops, JPT's gone. Something tells me his camera's just gone. He'll be back in a second. Hey, Rosie, how have you been? Big up, baby girl. Big up, Stepsy as well. He says, evening, girls. I hope you're not referring to all of us. I'd be quite upset. There he is. He's back again. Camera again?
Yeah.
All right, no worries. Yeah, but give me your thoughts on the Newcastle game, brother. Yeah, because it wasn't our best, was it?
No, I mean, and what do you call it? I heard. I mean, I missed like the first couple of minutes, but I did see that. Yeah, they scored in the first two. I last thing I saw was that we were gonna go for a corner kick, and then 30 seconds later, it goes to be a goal for Newcastle, but. Seeing the game, like I think the 10th minute on, we were just, it wasn't good. And then nail in the coffin, Jackson's red card, which just stupid. I don't know what he thought was going to get out of this. Now we're going to be without a striker for the last EPL games. I think he's able to play for the Europa or the Conference League final, but that's the last thing we're going to see from Jackson this season. And afterwards, we definitely need to be in the market for a striker. I don't care who. It just needs to be a big upgrade.
Yeah, well, you said when we were talking privately, we were going to come into that. But yeah, I'm going to touch on that first, actually, because with Jackson, because I don't know about you, I didn't see the first half at all. But even just by reading what I was reading on the scripts and like the commentary and text and stuff, when that red card happened, you just knew after that point we were going to lose.
Yep.
And the thing is, I said the week before, because I'm not being funny, like, regardless of what everyone picked, like, for their choices of some people thought we would draw against Newcastle, some people thought we would win. And I pointed out, like, last week, that we have not played well against Newcastle in a hell of a minute. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, is like, anyone in the chat or me, I can't think of the top, maybe JPT can. I can't actually remember the last time, anytime recently, that we've actually played good against Newcastle. And big up to Newcastle as well. They aim for certain weak points, like Lavia. Lavia got a full. If he wasn't gonna get injured on the weekend, he ain't gonna get injured, bro. You know what I mean? Because he got a full, thorough physical examination over the weekend. You know what I mean? Like, it was like. Well, what we thought was a strength could possibly be a weakness. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because they targeted Lavia, they rushed him, they made sure like they tried to hurry him in possession. You know what I mean? Like, would you not say like Newcastle knew exactly what they were doing to get at us?
I mean, what they did always is that they play tight, they play narrow, and then try to get Trippier to overlap and be a big factor, which did cause a lot of issues with Caicedo when he came to Gordon, just because he wasn't keeping up, and that's a game that we should have used Reece James for to start off with. I mean, I get it that he played well last week when he played as an inverting right back, but when right now these last three games mean everything. We should start our strongest 11 and just play a midfield three that has Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo as either as a 10 or just in the midfield three, and finally put Palmer back to right wing. I'm tired of him playing it in the 10 role. So that's the main thing. That's the main thing. How has his team set up to win even without Joelinton? I know a lot of people were saying that because Joelinton was missing,
Absent.
we have a chance. And I'm like, no, it's the fact that, as you mentioned, we haven't played well in St. James Park since it was when we renamed it to St. Reece James Park, and he scored, I think, a brace years ago.
Yeah, when he scored twice. Yeah, a few years back. Wasn't that the Tuchel week? Wasn't that the year we won the Champions League?
Yeah. I think
It was like way back. Like way back. Like, here you go. Stepsy says Newcastle bullied you and you allowed it. Well, we didn't allow it; they just bullied us, bro. Like when you successfully bully someone, it's kind of like yep. Because one thing about it, obviously, it showed that obviously even though the team is different with Lavia in it, it still has its flaws. And I'm not being funny. Let's be honest, man. One thing I will say this, and this is another reason why I'm still edging towards we are doomed with Enzo. It's still his tactics as well that goes because he did not adapt.
Mm-hmm. No, he never adapts. Especially when it comes to like these big games, he might adapt to like the what did he adapt to? Southampton, he adapted. Leicester, he kind of adapted. Didn't adapt
but that's Southampton and Leicester. Uncle Fester settings, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because what is this ineptness that we have under Enzo in big games, bro? Now, a lot of people will say, all right, we beat Liverpool. They did make 6 changes. I'm not underplaying the value. That's just the way it was. They made 6 changes. Yes, they regretted it. And to be honest, they were lucky enough to only lose that game 3-1 because realistically, we should have scored more. So, you know what I mean? Like, but you said about Reece James, right? And I'd love to see him start at right back, but oh shit, there goes my phone. But yeah, why do you think he's not started there already? Oh yeah, Dimes, do you want to join us, brother?
Oh, yeah, please do. Just let us know if you want the link.
Yeah, cool. Hang on, let me send him in anyway. 1 minute.
No problem. I guess to answer what Wolfie was saying is that maybe his injuries scare, if he gets injured before our final versus Betis, which I'm not gonna lie to you, that's the one team I did not want to face, especially after they got Anthony and Isco onto their squad in January. But I think it's just easier. And also too, whenever he has Reece James, he puts him in the midfield. So I think he's just really trying to force his system into this squad, which he's not really made for. I mean, he's misusing our players, trying to overthink too much. That we don't have an established center back pairing. It's not Colwell Chalaba. It's not Colwell and Fofana. It's even if it was, it's not good enough. We don't even know who he prefers as number one, even though it's clearly Sanchez and it shouldn't be. We're still trying to find a way without a striker. And you know what? I wouldn't mind having Neto play up front, for these last games, just because I think he does provide more of a threat on counterattacks. Well, maybe not even counterattacks, but just makes I don't want to say XG. I hate that fucking phrase. But takes better chances at goal. But that's if he needs to show up, then allow Palmer to play on the right, and then however you feel about Sancho on the left. That is what it is. But right now, that's what I think will be our best starting forwards, especially right now with Jackson. Even with Jackson is healthy, you never know what you're going to get. You think you're going to get Jackson before he picked up the injury or before the goal drive where he was just scoring for a bit of fun. And then now he looks a shit where like he's hesitating. He'll score great goals in the conference league, but then again, this is against Djurgården and very very low oppositions, respectfully. But it's not going to be enough to when it comes to Man U. It's not going to be enough when it comes to Forest at the ground or City ground. It's a big gamble, and right now we just don't have enough. Right now we're not Tonali. We can't be gambling right now. So I say let's just go with the sensible 11. We know who the best back four is. Don't overthink that Reece James is going to be a good inverting right back to the midfield. Doesn't need to be. And, that you should do this. And especially right now, comfortable victory against United. It should be because you know what? United is going to be focused on their Europa final. So what? And their final is next Wednesday, right?
Wouldn't theirs be after ours?
Or ours. Ours is right after the last game of the season.
Ours is on the 27th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
No?
So 3 days after we play Forest.
Mm-hmm.
And
28, not 27. 21st and 28th.
Hello, Tyrone.
So after our game, after they play us, they play them. They play what is it? Spurs.
All right. Well, before we talk on like cup finals and all that, big up JK, big up TT. Hope you're both well.
Big up, guys. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, man, doing all right, thank you. How are you?
Good trim, Wolfie. You know what I'm saying? Lovely trim. Well done.
Put his name. I had to get rid of it, man.
Yeah,
Dimes, I've sent it to you, man. I've sent it to you already.
Oh,
I've sent it to you already. Check your Insta. But yeah, boy, and I'll start off with JK because Tyrone's already said a bit, so I'll ask JK first. Right, do you think what happened with Jackson at the last weekend proves that he can't, because he's still quite young, he can't be relied on, and that they have to buy another striker now? And give me your reaction to his performance, and I'll ask TT the same question.
Yeah, so if I'm going to be honest, Jackson's performance was poor. I think ever since he's come back, it has been poor, really. Do you know what I'm saying? And I kind of expected it, although there were some Chelsea fans on Twitter that were saying, oh, you know what I'm saying? They were like, oh, when we have Jackson back, we'll be a complete team. No, clearly, if you look at the game, even if you look at the last 5 games, he's not been good at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Even this year, he's been rubbish. Even before he got the injury. This is what people need to understand. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I know this is going to sound harsh, but I don't think he should play for Chelsea Football Club at all. I'm going to be so real. I know we have some inquiries. I think some teams want him. But in my opinion, I think he should get sold next season. I know people can do the sympathize thing for the link up play. At the end of the day, I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? He's not a striker. At the end of the day, and I don't even trust him to be a winger. Although people will say he's a good winger, but at the same time, nah, man, I don't know. I don't think he should be. For me, I don't think he should be a Chelsea player next season. You know what I'm saying? I think what we should do is get 2 strikers. I know. Okay, I know for a fact. In reality, I know he's probably gonna stay. You know what I'm saying? But if they offload Jackson, we need to make sure that we need to get 2 strikers. One that can be experienced, one that can be cheap, you know what I'm saying, but also can learn off the striker. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just me. I think he's been poor throughout 2025, throughout the year. But even before the injury, I don't think I want to be blaming injuries right now. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know where it was, but yeah, can't even lie to you.
Fair enough. No, hey, bro, you want him gone, man. That's how you feel. That's why I asked for your opinion.
Yeah, but then even that he can't even do the basics as well. You know what I'm saying? And he's just gone back to square one. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have a striker at my club who's not going to be consistent. And that's what I'm saying.
Well, the board. Well, I'm not being funny. I know people will bring attention to the board and the directors and all that, but right now, before they can do anything or will be changed. We got 3 virtual cup finals coming up, brothers. We got Forest, which is going to have to be played. Even that Man United game is going to have to be played like a cup final. So, because if we lose tomorrow or draw tomorrow, we're double done. Do you know what I mean? Like, big up Jordan as well in the
We
chat.
really can't lose tomorrow. I can't lie. I don't even see us
No,
losing
bro, we
tomorrow.
have to win. Even a draw is a
Yeah.
defeat.
Yeah.
We have to win because I'm not being funny. We still got okay. Everyone else can slip potentially, but even if say Forest slip, there's a good chance Aston Villa won't. Even if say Aston Villa slip, there's a good chance Forest won't, and Forest can beat us at their ground. Maybe we're playing them at the right time because they're on a bit of a downer right now. They're on a bit of a maybe if we're lucky we might be able to play them at the right time. JPT, do me a favor, send Dimes the link because I swear I sent him on Instagram, but just in case he hasn't got it, hang on, let me tell you what. Let me just post it. Let me just post it in it quickly. There you go. Just in case. I did send it on your Instagram, but because I want to hear your thoughts on how you feel about this, right? Because I wanted to get a United fan on there, and if you can jump on, that'd be great. But because I didn't have time to organise, really, it's been a bit of a muddle week. But let me ask TT this because I know he feels similarly to what I do, so I'm going to ask him this. The same question what I asked JK for you. How do you feel about Jackson's performance? And do you believe Jackson's deterioration is because if he's not good enough or because of Enzo's coaching? TT, you there? This boy's gone disappeared on us.
There he is.
Hello.
Thank you,
TT, I think we can't hear you. Ty.
Hang on.
Are you able to hear me? Because my thing is frozen.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you now. Big up, Dan.
Hello?
Go on, TT. We're waiting.
All
right.
Should we let Dimes go first and then with
Yeah, go on. Big up, Dan. Swag on. You good?
How you been? Yeah, I'm alright, man. How you been?
Yeah, man. Not too bad. Been a while.
Yeah.
You good? Right.
Hmm?
Obviously, we've got a crunch game against you guys tomorrow, right? Give me
Yeah,
your
not for
feeling
us.
about. Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was just about to say. Give us the United perspective on this game tomorrow, because realistically, is this game viewed as meaningless as we think it is to you guys, or what? Give us your take on the United perspective.
Yeah, I wouldn't take any risks. I would play younger players. I wouldn't take a risk. We got a final next week. We don't need to be getting any more injuries. We already got the injury to Lenny Yoro. We don't need to pick up another injury. Yeah. So this is a pointless game. For y'all. It means something because you guys could still get top 4, right? But for us,
yeah,
possible.
You don't need this. You don't need these points. You can get top. You can get Champions League just by being an injured Spurs team who just lost Kulusevski. Who else are they missing right now? It's like 5 players.
They got some good players. I mean, Tottenham. Are they missing anybody? I don't think they're missing.
Yeah, Kulusevski's out because he's just had an operation.
I think,
and he's a baller, by the way. He's one of their best players.
I don't think that affects Spurs because Kulusevski's been off form. I can't even lie to you.
I think is Brennan Johnson injured now too?
Yeah.
Well, he's not injured.
Well, Dabs, give me your feeling then, bro. Right, as a Man United fan, right? Because, well, I'm not being funny, bro. I can only imagine how. Sum up your season for us, because I'm not even being funny, bro. Like with Almiron, and I've heard a lot of people say about sacking him, and this is not a dig at you. I'm just asking. Mm-hmm. Do you think, with Almiron being rushed into the job, do you think it's had a negative knock-on effect, or do you think it's just the fact that they just added him to the mess, so to speak? Like,
well, I mean, he's got thrown into the middle of a season. I mean, he came in no time to prepare. He came in mid-season. He's got a whole different team. He didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. He just came in mid-season, so he didn't have time any preseason. He didn't have time to really prepare and do anything. So he just got thrown into the mix, and he's handling it the way he's handling it. I mean, we still should be winning more games than we have, but I mean, he got through in mid-season. I mean, he didn't even have time to coach the players really enough. I mean, some people are going to say, well, he could coach it in game or the selections he's making, but I don't know, man. Just to get thrown in mid-season like that, that's tough because if he plays people and they get
And he
injured,
did ask for time. He did ask for time too, which
yeah.
was,
I mean, if he
I think
plays
that needs to be
people
stated.
and then he doesn't, then it's just a double-edged sword. Because if he plays people and they get injured, then people are going to blame him. If he doesn't play the people and we lose, then people are going to blame him. So it's just one of those things. When you're the manager, that's what you got to deal with. That's what he gets paid millions of dollars for. He's got to deal with that.
Fair enough. And if you do win the Europa League final, and somehow, because let's be fair, even though they are missing one or two players, Spurs have kind of been your Achilles heel this season. What was that 3-3 you've lost against them, right?
3-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Spurs, this one time that the Spurs affect Kevin.
Well, I'm not being funny. This is what I was going to ask, right? If you do win, do you not cover the cracks, but do you give Almiron the benefit of the doubt where you don't mind seeing him for another season? Or
I mean, he won the trophy. I mean, he's going to get another season regardless. I mean, if he wins, yeah, he's going to get a season by default. I mean, he should get another season. I mean, he came in halfway through the season. I mean, he's probably
so you want to be fair to him then. You want to be fair to him.
Get his 3 years. I mean, he'll probably get a year and transfer window, just like Ten Hag, probably another year, and we'll see where he is from there. But he's going to bring in his players. All these guys are going to, because they're talking about selling Bruno. They're talking about selling everybody. So
who would you like to see gone?
I would probably say, I think a lot of people ain't gonna agree, but I would say Maguire. I think Maguire needs to be one of the first out. Need to get rid of a few people. I would say probably Lindelof, Luke Shaw.
Who?
Probably
Who? Luke who?
Shaw.
All right. Yeah. He played left back, didn't it?
Yeah, he's been here. He's getting up there. There's a few people.
Onana.
Yeah, you could throw him in there too. I mean, he's just flappy hands. You could play him as a backup and then bring somebody in, and he could just sit on the bench. But he's not going to do that, so he's going to end up leaving. But yeah, man,
Højlund maybe, because I prefer personally Xerxes up front.
Yeah, Højlund. Yeah, he'll probably.
You can keep Garnacho, by the way, just to let you know that in advance. You can, as far as you can keep Garnacho, bro.
We'll take Sancho back.
Yeah, well, I think Rosen says I think Maguire looks like a lamppost. He plays ball like one.
He's so clunky, so heavy.
But he comes up clutch against Lyon.
Is it true that Greenwood's going to Liverpool? Is that true?
Wow.
Greenwood.
Yeah. What's going on with him?
I haven't really heard
they're going to
them
bring him back because that situation is just.
Yeah. And don't forget about Rashford as well, man. Rashford and Greenwood
too.
Rashford.
It's going to be interesting at United, boy, because they're going to have more baggage in an airport soon.
A lot of people are coming back. Anthony, him too.
Yeah, and I'm not being funny. I have to say, right, that's another thing, right? With the spending that you got, because it's weird, because you guys actually did spend quite a lot of money in summer, but somehow got worse, which is kind of weird. But there's enough in your squad if you can just trim it, because you're gonna have to do what kind of we did. Actually, you're gonna have to fire sale a lot of things. But yeah, but we'll come back to you now because I want to bring TT. TT, are you with us now?
Yeah, you should tell me if you can hear me.
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Thankfully, I can. Now, did you hear my question from before?
Yes, but I don't remember what I was going to say about that because it was so long ago. But yeah, I remember the question. I just don't remember what I was going to say.
Well, yeah, Jim. Well, do you believe it's Enzo that has taken Jackson backwards, or do you agree with JK that the fact that the boy's not that good anyway, or do you think he should give him time to develop? Because he is only 22, 23. He's not exactly crap. He just needs to be coached.
Wolfie, you know he started professional football at 19. 19.
Yeah, well, doesn't matter, bro. Ian Wright didn't play in professional football until he was 26, 27. And I'll tell you what, he was a sick finisher, bro. Look at Vardy as well, bro. Vardy's gone all the way up through English football, just like Harry Kane, and they're sick finishers, bro.
No, but obviously, but like the players today, the young players today, they're way different to where they're way different to the way they were back then. Do you know what I'm saying? And a young player like Jackson, if they're going to start playing senior football at 19, just starting his actual professional football career at 19, do you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, he's got a lot to learn. You know what I'm saying?
True, but it
And
depends
you
on how
can
much
just see
natural
it in the,
talent there is.
but you can see in the way he plays. He's really not that good. You know what I'm saying? The difference between those ones that you mentioned, Vardy started at least lower. He started very, very low. Then he built his way up with experience. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the way Nicholas Jackson got rushed into the Premier League is criminal. Criminal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Also, is
Not,
And for him,
I
and
think that's kind of harsh.
hang on, what was that, TT?
sorry, what?
I think that's a bit harsh.
What's a bit?
Um,
Yeah,
what
you
you just
can.
said, because I
Hang on, go on, TT, go on.
Yeah, go on,
given the
Tyrone.
fact that, because it's kind of interesting that to say that he's not that good. It's obvious why he's not good, because you've just stated why. When a player has the time to make mistakes and all of that, it helps their development. And in a
Mm-hmm.
situation like Chelsea, where making mistakes to learn, it's going to be detrimental to the team because you have nobody else to do it. But and that's the thing. So it's not just about the facts of players like Jamie Vardy or Harry Kane or whatever the case may be. They came up from a lower level and all of that. The problem is that Chelsea's squad is so young that you cannot afford for any players to be making mistakes, because it will hurt the team. In the past, you'd have other players who they were still you had other players that are delivering, so that when other players are making mistakes and then they come into the fold, they'd have already had their trial and error period. The thing with Nicholas Jackson, it has been said he's not a striker. It's obvious. He was forced to play as a striker at Villarreal. He came in at
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, and he had to learn it. But I think the biggest problem with Nicholas Jackson is decision making. So I don't think he's that bad to the point where he can never be good enough for Chelsea. It's just about speculation and if he's actually going to be able to do it. And the
Mm-hmm.
problem is, rather than selling him, this is at least my opinion. I'd say actually get a actual striker and stop playing him as a striker. Let him be a
Big up.
supporting striker, or be a player that plays behind a striker, because that is what he's good at. And in the few games where he's actually played with that type of role, he's actually done good. Where he
Mm-hmm.
connects with Cole Palmer and all of that, that is where he does well. And I kept saying this, and people and I have to respect what JK said there, because that's exactly why when people were saying now, oh, when Jackson comes back, Cole Palmer will be back. I'm saying that's stupid. And I said, if anything, let it be a case where Cole Palmer finds his way back to form and not have to depend on Jackson, because Jackson is going to be depending on Cole Palmer, and Cole Palmer will be depending on Nicholas Jackson. And when you do that, it's not going to work, because both players are out of form. And I always say it's not like mathematics where one negative or two negatives, I should say, leads to one positive. That's not how it works. Two
Mm-hmm.
negatives in football means that it will only be more negativity. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't say sell Jackson. He's not good enough for what Chelsea wants, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it's as bad that he can never be good, because the player is there. It's just his decision making is a big issue, and we saw that with the whole Newcastle situation where I'm kind of divided. I don't know. I get it. It hurt the player, but I don't think he intentionally decided to elbow the player in the face. That's
Looked
just
at
me,
him.
because looking back at the replay, I'm saying, is that really supposed to be a red card for that reason, to say that he deliberately did it? That's one thing. But the rules in football has changed so much, and the inconsistencies in VAR has been so
Yeah.
bad that I
It
don't know
always
what.
looks worse in replay as well than what it does, because you're
Yeah,
seeing it in slow motion. So that's the other
and
thing
and,
you
I,
got
and,
to
I, and
take
that's
into
my
account.
point too. That's what I hate. And I keep saying, why are you putting these things in slow motion? It never happened in slow motion. How can you determine if something is violent by putting it slower than how life actually is? No, nobody does things in slow motion unless they are an actor. So I never understood that. I always say that the only time slow motion should ever be used is if you're trying to determine if a player is offside, or if was contact from one player before they took out a player, something like that. That's the only time you should do slow motion. So that's one thing. But I just don't think Jackson is as bad as many people think. I just think that he needs proper coaching. And I'm not going to blame Maresca. I think that would be too easy. I just think that, as JK said, he didn't have that time to really make his mistakes, learn from them, because of how how
Yeah.
short of a period he had to actually develop as a player and to hone those skills that he has.
I agree with you. I
Yeah, I
think it's
agree
just
with Tyler.
too much too soon. Because if me personally, I think Jackson is a player best unlocked on the wide positions because then he can cut inside when space has been opened for him, and that's probably when he's at his best. Because if you try and play him as a central point, I know he's not the best at hold. He can do link up play, but he's absolutely rubbish at hold up play. That's the one thing he hasn't got in his game whatsoever. He can't play with his back to goal. And Chelsea, and I have to repeat this, always Chelsea over the last 15, 20 years in the model of success they have built have always had a physical striker up front, and he's just not that. There's no
Yeah,
physicality to Jackson's games. If he comes
exactly.
up against two stiff centre backs, that's it. He hits a brick wall and he goes miss. Because I'm not being funny. Right? If you want a great example of where Jackson had a really big stinker without causing, you didn't even notice him. Look at the Liverpool game when we won 3-1. Look how bad he was in terms of his positioning. He was getting caught offside. He wasn't quite timing his runs. It's almost like watching Mbappe at Real Madrid, a guy that's not quite used to his role yet. Do you know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, I think obviously Mbappe is a far better player, but obviously he has a similar positional issue where sometimes because he's not used to making the runs that he's been requested, like it's a bit awkward for him. He has to take time, and I do think he plays better on the wide positions because he can't hold up the ball. That's why
Mm.
Palmer's more useful because and the link up with Palmer helps him because Palmer can hold up the ball. He can take on a man or two. He can dribble past someone. He can
Mm.
slot a pass in. You know what I mean? And that's where Jackson struggles in the center of the pitch. So I do agree with TT that
Wolfie,
maybe
you
in a
also said
different
something.
setup because we
Yeah,
all saw the
so
best of him with Nkuku, didn't we, when they were linking up? So
mm, yeah, you know, Wolfie, you made a point about him timing his run. You don't know how that's important, especially in the Premier League. Do you know what I'm
meat and
saying?
drink, mate.
Do you know what I'm
Meat
saying?
and drink.
Although we speak about his hold up play, sometimes on the ball he can be, his hold up play like it can also, what's it called? His hold up play can affect on how he can control the ball. If you saw against Newcastle, when he had these centre backs on him, you know what I'm saying? Literally on him behind his back. You know what I'm saying? You saw the way he lost control of the ball. He was able to lose it quickly. But then another thing you said about his positioning, I realized so many times when you see our wingers trying, like for example, beating a man, when they beat a man, pause, and then for example they cross into the box looking for that someone in the box to cross to. I realize Jackson's just there walking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
How
he's
many
not on
times
it,
as
bro.
well
He hasn't
he's
got that
always in the
position.
wrong places. He doesn't even try to like for example, if you're a striker, you find every way to squeeze through gaps. You know what I'm saying? Squeeze through gaps to find out open space to make the
Wait,
winger seem visible. And then these are the basics he's lacking. Do you know what I'm saying? And if
right,
I'm gonna be honest, these are the basics that you need to know for being a striker.
right.
But we know the thing is this. The reason why I say two things can be right because for one, he's not a striker. You know what I'm saying? And secondly, you know what I'm saying? He's still got a lot to learn in a sense. Do you know what I'm saying? But then this is where I have to question our fans. Where do we want to be as a club? You know what I'm saying? If we're going to sympathize for these sort of players because he's not been playing the right position, he needs to learn of someone. Do you know what I'm saying? That means us progressing, we need to really look at ourselves next season and say, you know what, we're still not ready yet for a title challenge. We just need to accept we're a top four team. If we're gonna allow the sort of players like Jackson, to stay here and learn, we have to accept that it's going to take time. You know what I'm saying? For this team
Mm-hmm.
to learn and
Yep.
grow to where we want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Although
that's how it went under
we
Abramovich,
and
you know.
and for
Before
me,
Abramovich came in, it
the
was a
more I
similar
think
building
about it,
process.
yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize, you know what? If we're going, if this is the route we're trying to go, we're trying to develop Jackson, not really sell him, then we need to just wait. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I don't want to do that. But yeah, we need to understand that these are young players, and also the board is not good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As well, we know that these players need someone to look up to. You know what I'm saying? Whether we get the experience or not in the summer is I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All we know is that the sporting directors are not it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Wolf, you wanted to say something. Go on.
No, I was gonna say because one thing about I was gonna say to Dimes as well that he can relate to that because, and I think it was an interesting point. I think JK or JPT said it about Rasmus Højlund. Are you getting a guy right now that's a crap striker or a guy that's not in the right set? Because are they reflections of the same thing? Not quite, because one is a striker, one isn't. But you kind of see a guy struggling in a system where he's not quite built for it, if that makes sense. To Dimes as well, you know what I mean? 'Cause I like Rasmus Højlund. He works hard, he's a physical nuisance, but he's not, and we're going into what Jackson was saying, that guy with that positional nous, because if there's one thing, I have to say, anyone who wants to be a striker, you need to watch Robert Lewandowski, and I mean that, and Benzema as well, for two reasons. You know, you were saying a minute ago, JK, about finding space. If you watch some of the clever strikers, like the Henrys and all them lot, when the defensive line is going back, they or Van Nistelrooy, they would stop and let the line go ahead of them. So when they get the cutback, there's already a lot of space in front of them for them to finish, because they're already like on the edge of the box or lining themselves up on the D or whatever else have you. You know what I mean? Like even Michael Owen, who was a guy that was a good striker but robbed of his pace, could still score goals because he knew where to find the pockets of space. And that's one thing that I think we've all touched on. That, and even is a similar, like, because the system that
Wolfie, this is what you call a fox in a box. I think that's what they name it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you name me one player that has. I'm trying to think of a modern. That's why I said Lewandowski, but I'm trying to think of a modern Premier League comparison of where someone that does that.
Okay, Wolfie, if Wolfie, you can't completely compare them, but you can say similar. And this is not me saying comparing them to the level. Obviously, they're way different. I think, you know, the Wolves player. I think the Strand Larsen.
Yeah, he's a bad man, bro. I want that guy.
If you see the way this guy can find space between the centre backs,
and
all of a
fight for
sudden
it.
he can just he can find space to head it in. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you this. Do not write off Strand Larsen, Chelsea fans. If we cannot get what we need, have a look at this guy. You know what I'm
Sorry,
saying?
babe.
Please have a look at this striker. He's a very good. I'm telling you, and with the sort of wingers that we have, and the creators we have, a fox in the box like that, he can clearly just find space without you even knowing. If you look at the way he scored the goal against us at the Wolf, what's it called? At the Molineux Stadium, you'll see what he did. I think the cross came in, and what's it called? It was so hard to read where he was going. But what he did, he went from one side, cut inside through Chalobah. No, it wasn't Chalobah. He cut inside through Tosin and I think Cucurella at the time. And then we were not expecting him, man, and he scored. And he does it with a lot. He does it a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's another one. If you watch Strand Larsen, another striker I can say, who's similar to what you're talking about, Wolfie, is
Chris
who's this
Wood.
guy?
Yeah, Chris Wood.
Exactly. Chris Wood.
Mateta as well at
Mateta
Palace.
as well. I'm telling you.
But there's options. We just need to sign these players, bro. I'm telling you. It's not like the talent's not there.
Name is not flashy, but at the end of the day, what we crave is what? Prem experience, Prem proven. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day,
most of those strikers you mentioned play in the Prem.
Yeah, we've got the creators to be able for them to thrive. You know what I'm saying? Neto, Sancho. I'm not sure if Sancho will stay here next season. I think he's gone personally. But yeah, do you know what I'm saying? These strikers in the market.
I wouldn't mind him, you know. I wouldn't mind, because there's quality in him, and you can see it, like with the goal against Spurs and the goal the other day. He's not a crap player. It's just, how do you get him consistent? Because for Dortmund, I don't know what Dortmund do to players, man, but they just bring ballers out of people. I don't get it. But
for Dortmund,
yeah, as a club, brother, there's just a vibe about Dortmund, brother. Footballers just love to play there.
Really.
Maybe, but I'm not being funny. He has done good things in the Premier League, bro. Look at that Spurs goal. We were 2-0 down, and he just beat two man and scored a long shot. So there's talent there, and like we also said about Jackson, maybe a bit more development needs to be done. But you know, but anyway. But look, we're moving on, because one thing about it is, right, I want to ask Dimes this, right, before we move on to like our significant side of the game, because it matters to us, it doesn't matter to them. Like, in terms of the Europa League, is this a trophy that actually counts to you, or is this a trophy just it just gets us into the Champions League and that's it?
Oh, it's a European trophy. I mean, of course it's going to count. It's a European trophy.
Hang on, but why? Go on, explain why. Because for some strange reason, a lot of people think if it's not the Champions League and it's not the Premier League, it's not worth winning. And I'm just like, what? Excuse me. Yeah, but yeah, go on.
No, it's a trophy. I want to win. I want to win everything. So, I mean, it's a significant trophy. It's not the worst trophy. It's not like it's not the Conference League. I mean, the Conference League is good too. It's turned down.
There's no like,
and that would be 3 years in a row where you've won trophies again. Yeah, because you'd be the League Cup, it'd be the FA Cup. Then you know.
Yeah, we keep getting the lower level trophies. We need to get to the.
But that's what you need to do, though.
Yeah,
that's what you need to. Chopping blocks of football, man. That's what you need to do.
We've been doing this for a decade. We've been chopping for a decade. We should be.
All right, you're chopping slow.
No.
But no, fair enough. Like, and that's what I was gonna like flash onto the Chelsea players here. Like, I know it means a lot, like to get Champions League football. But does it mean as much nowadays to beat Man United as it used to? Because I remember you had to beat United. They were the mortal enemy. You had to the Fergie Mourinho days, man. You had to defeat them. They were like Wenger and Arsenal. You had to beat them because like. Is the significance of the fixture more to do with the fact that it was the result of the season, or is it just not Man United Chelsea, not Man United Chelsea anymore? And I'll ask TT first, and then I'll go back for everybody else. Because we did ask TT last. You there, TT? Is he gone again? No, he doesn't appear to be there. All right, so JPT, I'll ask you this, and then I'll ask JK. Like, does Man United Chelsea matter anymore?
I mean, it matters. It's still in the long run, but I mean, is the game or that matchup just as quality as it was before? Hell no. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's of course we're looking at this through different lenses because the significance for us is completely different from what it means to Man United.
Well, that's what I mean, isn't it? Because you heard Dime say himself a minute ago. It doesn't mean shit to us. So it's just like, all right, cool. Is that dampen it for us, or is it just still about the 3 points?
I mean, for us, the 3 points matter more than anything. They don't give a crap if they finish 17th below Spurs. Who cares if they could be 17th,
bad times,
Spurs, and qualify for Champions League. I think it's the first time a 17th place team qualified for Champions League, but they did what they needed to do.
Only United to do that, by the way. Only United, like in their scummery and like the way they've been cheeky over the last 25, 30 years, can be in the bottom 5 and still get Champions League football. Dimes, man, you lot are a travesty to football.
Oh, that's what we got to win. We got to win.
You know what it's a loophole. Who knows more about loopholes than our owners?
But you know what the worst part is? There's 2 English teams, right, in the European Cup final, and they're both in the bottom 5. Not the top, bottom. Spurs and United. That's Prime. I don't know where Prime's at the moment, bro. I really don't. To answer your question, Deals. I really don't. But if he's not here today, he'll be here next week. As I was saying to JPT, we never forget about Prime, so don't worry about that. He'll be about. But yeah, sorry, JPT, you were saying.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, we know it's been shit like as of late because what do they call our matchup? The Midico, what's called the Trashico?
Trashico.
I mean, we see where the quality is. We that match has been matchup before. It used to be must watch. Is gonna be a quality game. Now it's like, what else is on? Like I'll put it on if nothing else is on, but it's just gonna be a sad watch for both sides. It's never entertaining enough. I know last time, it was more dramatic because of a last-second winner from Palmer, but. Besides that, then we go to the draw we had with Caicedo. I forgot who scored Man United's first goal, but it's even that game from start to finish.
Wasn't that Garnacho when Caicedo passed him the ball? Literally, passed him the ball.
Was that game? I don't know who scored for Man United in that one. I just remember the Caicedo.
Yes, it is.
But it's just been bad. It's not as what it used to be, and it's a shame.
Yeah, it is. JK, my brother, you still there? Like, what does Man United Chelsea still mean to you, or not mean?
Funny enough, I think that rivalry has lost its spark over time, and we've come to a point now where we're just rival friends. In a sense of we don't even hate each other anymore. We've come to a point where we're now rooting for each other. I'll give you an example. Man United, because of when United started to fall off. and Chelsea were, still there competing. We were competing with their main rivals, Liverpool and City. You know what I'm saying?
And
So where it
Arsenal
was
back in
United
the
and
2000s.
Arsenal back. So where it is United, out of all of them, they didn't really. Out of all of them, they liked us more. Okay, this is from my experience. Obviously, everyone's different, but this is from what I've seen. They liked us more. You know what I'm saying? So where it is that to be respectful, they become our cheerleaders, quote unquote, in a sense
Yeah,
of
yeah.
when we obviously not now because we're not that great. We're not that good ever since the honor. We're not really not that good, really. We've not really won. But when we were in the Champions League final, it was not just Chelsea. It was United, but it was United as well supporting us.
Hmm.
So we had two forces of support that I appreciate them for. Europa League final. You know what I'm saying? It was not just us. It was the United fans. You know what I'm saying as well, who loved us. Hence why
Versus
I've got
Arsenal.
a brother. My brother supports Man United. If I'm I was talking, I had this conversation with him like I think about 3 4 weeks ago, and I said this rivalry is just a spark, and then he's told me, listen, right now at this point, because we've been in the mud so far, I don't think there's any reason to hate you anymore. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? Yeah, and I
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
maybe in the Chelsea's point, yeah, you can mention the Terry slip and everything, but other than that, we become more civil. I don't know what's
Well,
happened.
no, no. You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is. All that anger's transferred because where United over the last 12 years haven't been competitive in the Premier League or the Champions League. They've been in the Champions
Exactly.
League, but let's be honest, they've not been competitive in it. And I'm not being funny. Under maybe Mourinho's season where he finished second, but it was like
Yeah.
a record number of points from City or wherever it was. But other than that, they
Exactly.
haven't really challenged in the Premier League, and maybe they're just not because they're not winners anymore. And
That
City
as
have kind
well.
of
Literally.
replaced them, so the hate's kind of like transferred
Exactly.
over.
And another thing, Dams can probably agree to it as well, but we've gone through phases of pain we've both experienced. You know what I'm saying? As in, for
Mm-hmm.
example, this season, Dimes, obviously we've not experienced 17th, but then we've had the similar season to Potter, where he would sack a manager mid-season, and then the new manager will come in and he will not know how to use his players properly. He will stick to a system where, for quote unquote, the players don't agree or suit. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's not like the players there are bad. Let's be honest. And back then, when we finished 12th, the players there, we can do with them right now. Aspilicueta, as I keep saying, Marcos Alonso. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, N'Golo Kante, Kovacic, they were not bad. Those were not 12th place position players. I don't care what nobody says. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Mason Mount,
Hazard.
they were exactly. You know what I'm saying? Whether we like it or not, Havertz, he's not a mid-table player. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
Havertz is
like,
all right. He's an all right player, but he's not world class. He's not going to
of
break
course, he's
any
not world
record.
class, but like but what I'm trying to say is that us and Man United have gone through phases where we both experienced, and in a sense of we've like it's not only just their season, it's just like other seasons as well. For example, where there were times where we were not happy with Tuchel's football, although we won a trophy to cover it. Ten Hag won the Carabao Cup to cover his top four finish. You know what I'm saying? But then in a sense, over time, I feel like we bonded. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because
We've gone
we
through the
haven't had a
same
lot.
shit.
Yeah,
Trials and
it's that,
tribulations.
and we haven't had a lot of things going through. I don't know how
Thanks,
Dimes
man. I
feels. He
love you,
probably
man.
I don't know. I don't
I'm
Dimes
sorry,
from
man. I'm
Chelsea.
sorry you had to go
Yeah,
through that, man. I'm sorry.
nah, man. Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I'm
brother.
Dimes.
I'm
I'm
Dance for
sorry.
me,
I'm
dance,
used to
but
it.
dance for me. I really don't. I don't hate Man United. I did back them, but I don't hate them anymore. I
Hey, you
think I've
guys.
had a bond. I've had a bond. I've been saying it for a long time. Although some fans have told me, oh, it's kind of shocking. But in a sense, me and my brother, we support each other. You know what I'm saying? In a sense of don't listen. I don't want this team to win. Do me
I'm
a
telling you,
favor.
it's city,
You know what I'm
right? Let me
saying?
tell you, right. And the reason I'm going to say it again because
I
it's
don't
worth
hate Man
saying twice.
United as
No,
I
no, it's
really
not
don't
about
hate
hating
them.
Man United. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
all the hate from both Man United and Chelsea towards each other evaporated and got transferred onto Manchester City. And let me tell you
Liverpool
why,
as
right?
well.
No. Hang on, no. Liverpool will always right. Liverpool are like an old man that every now and then flinches when he wakes up. He's a great footballer, but he sleeps kind of often. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're not believing me, over the last
I get what you're
35 years,
saying.
they've won 2 league titles. So that tells you they're sleeping a little bit. right? So, but you give them, they got OGs, man. They got teams that won fucking triple European cups and all that. So you give them their heritage, man. You give a credit where credit's due.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to like Chelsea right now, a lot of people would say, "Oh, Chelsea spent their way to money into success." That's not actually true because in the 5 or 6 years before Abramovich came, we won 3, 4 trophies. We were developing, building. We had a more European style than everybody. Yes. We a lot of people used to call us the Italian team because we had so many foreign signings, which wasn't a lot of things that people did back then until Arsenal signed a bunch of French players. Not gonna say who. If you know, you know. But yeah, but you know what I mean. But Chelsea, and it kind of ties into our Europa League conference thing, where if we win that, we've won every single football competition we've ever been involved in or available to us. Now, if you've won football at every level, that shows you've earned some bones at least. Now, with City, we get compared to City a lot because we spend money, but the foundation is very different because City were a very, very depleted team at the time, and they weren't going anywhere really. But then they got massive investment and became a good team. Where we were a good team, but on the brink of financial collapse. And then we got a good sugar daddy to come in and complete the cake. That's so there's a kind of difference. But people used to hate us for being the upstarts, and then Man City became the true upstarts because it turns out they may have been cheating along the way with like 111 charges. You know what I mean? Like they got more problems than Jay-Z has, you know what I mean? He's got 99, they got 111, you know what I'm saying? So, and I kind of feel that that's kind of where the City comes, like the hate emerges for, because like we don't hate each other anymore because like we've all like because our clubs are like two old men that are trying to wake up, if you like the same with Liverpool, because we haven't been competitive in the league in since 2017, so that's nearly 10, well, 8 years. So, you know what I mean? And we both flinched like Liverpool do. We won a Champions League. You guys haven't flinched since, was it 2012 was your last league title, correct? So yeah, your sleep has been longer than ours, but right, it's kind of how it's seen in it. I think that's in a metaphor. That's how you can probably sum up why the hate for Chelsea and Man United has kind of gone away a bit because we
No,
haven't
with the
exactly been
Arsenal. So
no,
Arsenal
no. Arsenal, we hate them for a different reason because not all the Arsenal fans have jumped up, but you've never seen a bigger club hyped up for doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's no.
I
That's
agree.
it. That's because I've got a lot. I big up to Ola, the Fight Week show. My guy, Arsenal fan. DJ Cream, my guy, Arsenal fan. Miss Melina, my sister comes. My moderator on my channel, Arsenal fan. All level-headed, and she's even said the same thing about us. She's even said to me and JBT, I like the fact that you two are actually level-headed about things. And I was just like, you know what I mean? Well, it's normal that you be level-headed, you know what I mean? And she was like, yeah, but some people aren't. Well, we've all got them in our fan bases, you know what I mean? Like, so, but with Arsenal, and the difference is, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's how I'm telling you, with Mikel Arteta at the helm, even if they were first, they're aiming for second. Because I don't know how you can be a runner-up so many times and be like, when you're going to give this guy a fourth chance? Like, come on. Like, really? And this guy, right, let's be honest, right? Imagine the slap in the face to Arsenal if, say, I don't know, Chelsea win a trophy, Crystal Palace win a trophy somehow by beating City in the final, Newcastle have won a trophy, horror of horrors to deals, sorry, not to deals, to damn, sorry, that say Spurs win a trophy. You know what I mean? All their rivals are picking up trophies, and they're sitting there at the end of the season potless. But it's on to the next. You know what I mean? Like it, and somehow they're proud of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like I don't know. I just see Kermit the Frog doing this.
Also, another
You
thing
know what I mean?
and
Like,
another thing I've realized as well is that I've also, if Man United fans, like, this is from my
facts,
experience,
though.
Man United fans that I know, especially my brother, they've come to Stamford Bridge with me. You know what I'm saying? And they have no problem with it at all.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And that's how much the rivalry has gone down. You know what I'm saying? It's not only just me, but people that I know. They will go to Stamford Bridge games with, let's say, brothers or siblings that have a Chelsea. They will say, you know what, I'll go. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah,
You don't forget to sub to Rosie's channel
and you
too.
know what,
Big
like,
up, sister.
and
Much love, bro.
what's happened over time is like I've kind of I kind of lost that hate for Man United, as I did. It's not the hate I have for Arsenal or Spurs or Liverpool. I'm starting not
Bit
to
of
like
nuts,
Man.
bro.
I don't really like Man City, although people call us Oil brothers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's more of
You
that.
see, this is what pisses off about it. We're compared to them, and like, no, we're not, man.
Yeah, I
Nah.
don't really like to get compared to them.
Well, that's what I mean. This is why I say this is why we get annoyed at City because we get compared to them, and they're nothing alike. We had Champions League before the money, not after it. You lot weren't even top 6 before the money, so don't talk shit
They
to
were
me. Like we
relegated.
were 3 points
They
winning
were
over the Premier
relegated this
League in
century.
2001. Like, allow me, man.
They were relegated this century. Deep in.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well,
And
no, we've
then,
been relegated too, so I'm not going to point
of course,
fingers.
but not this century. We were relegated in the 70s, and we had Osgood, and then we had Ray Wilkins and everyone.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I know
saying?
what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But the thing
But
is, it's
yeah,
been too long since we've tasted glory in the Premier League, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for Dimes as well.
oh
Well,
yeah,
you
because
know,
if we lose, it's gonna be
Oh, it's gonna be
chaos. I
because
mean, there's no escape because we're not gonna really have the attraction to pull people in, but except
well,
by name. And I see
and I'll
that
tell you what,
Ratcliffe isn't paying for people's tickets either, so he's not even
yeah,
paying for people's
and your
tickets. He's
ticket prices have
pissed.
gone up again, isn't it? Man United's ticket prices have gone up again.
And is it true that they are making the staff who's supposed to be traveling to Bilbao that they had to pay their own way there?
Oh, I think Amram did it. I mean, he's got
Amram paid it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That man should it's just by that alone give him a year, whether he wins or loses. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a nice guy. I like him.
he's not going to
He's
get it.
a nice
If we
guy. He's a
lose
nice guy.
and we don't do anything in the summer, he's screwed. He's going to get
at least he notices
done.
that there's a problem there because all season, maybe even going back to last year as well, the staff has been getting like fucked over a lot of times. With the wage cuts, I mean, it's ridiculous. But the thing is that if Spurs win, then that's going to be. I don't even know
they'll
what
be
to
bigger
say.
than Arsenal, so and Son is going to get his first trophy.
Yeah,
so
they won't really get the.
Imagine they do
smoke
on
like
the bus tour. They go around the Emirates and like circle it 10 times.
Yeah,
like a shark waiting for prey.
No, they'll be
serious
bigger than
note,
Arsenal. They got a European
yeah.
trophy. Arsenal don't have a Champions League. They don't have a European.
No. They have a Cup Winners' Cup, which is a European trophy, and don't dark it. We've got one.
That was back in the 70s when they
Man,
won it.
that's
right?
like the Community Shield, man.
Exactly.
No. They haven't got the big one. They haven't got the big one. They
Winners'
haven't got the big
Cup.
one. Yeah, the big one, the one with the big ears, as it's referred to as.
The Cup
Because
Winners' Cup.
Aberdeen have a Super Cup as well. Well, not Super Cup, Club World. What do you call that trophy? Sorry,
Club World Cup, European Super Cup.
Cup Winners'
Club
Cup.
World Cup. That's new.
Cup Winners' Cup. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, the Cup Winners. Yeah, we won that as well.
But at Dimes, in your opinion, what's it called? Because I've seen Man United situations bad. I mean, like, it's not really on the pitch, but off the pitch. The staff as well, the way you guys are treating your staff. I also think the stadium condition as well is very, very poor. You know what I'm saying? But then it's everything. But like, and then also you also look at the owners. They're just neglecting that club. You know what I'm saying? I think the way they're doing it is disgusting.
No, they're being cheap.
100% deal. The kits back then were hard, bro. The Adidas kits back in the day were sick.
I mean,
2007 shirt, better record now.
you know the crazy thing is about Man United. It's not like they don't make money. Man United are one of the biggest clubs in world football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Sorry about
that. They're acting like they're broke. I mean, because Ratcliffe came out and said, "Oh, we're going to run out of money." I mean, who believes that?
Exactly.
Man United are not running out of money.
And do your owners also Dimes? Do your owners own other sports clubs other than Man United?
Yeah, I know the Glazers
that could probably be where the money's going as well.
And stuff. Yeah, so
I don't think they own any other assets in European football though. The Glazers,
no, but they own the NFL team, the Buccaneers.
Yeah. I know.
They're probably more worried about that with Brady.
It's the same thing. It's
the same thing
with Liverpool as well.
Oh, they probably own okay, so they own the hockey, NFL. So yeah, they're all over, man.
And that's where the money is going.
Worried about Man United.
Wait. Can you imagine that? Yeah, having the revenue money, from just the advertisement from an NHL team, a major NHL team, and a professional Premier League team. Hey,
I mean, Arsenal
Remember,
did the
they
same
have the
thing.
funds because they sell Ronaldo. They sell Ronaldo shirts. How many times a year? You know what I'm saying? And you know how much they go for. You know how much they're selling these. You know what I'm saying? Especially when Ronaldo was at the club. When Man United should not be in a situation where they're broke. Not even from the season. From
We're
the
not
past
broke.
seasons. From when they had Ronaldo. Especially the time where they were generating the most money off the kids. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The sponsorships. You know what I'm saying? Man United are not some broke club. They make
Mm.
so much money. The owners, what is done, what they've done, they've pure. This is what you call pure neglect. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's just
Pure
greedy.
neglect. They probably don't know. They probably don't know that Man United still exists. You know what I'm saying?
the Glazers, bro. They're vampires,
No,
bro. They
bro, they
suck
do.
Exactly.
They're just
one
greedy.
billion pounds out of the
Exactly.
club, bro.
And hence why.
Vampires, they've killed the stadium, bro. That's why.
Yeah, they're
Exactly.
super
And hence
greedy.
why I don't blame Man United fans. But when Ineos came in, they go like what's it called? When they get happy and all excited, I
Hmm.
I I feel bad for them in a sense, but then I
Mhm.
understand it in a sense, although they shouldn't. But Ineos are not the owners. But there are some Man United fans that hype as if they've got a new ownership and new footballing structure in place. But to do that, you need to have the funds.
I
You know
know,
what I'm
but they
saying? In a
will
sense,
restructure the club though internally. The football aspect, like the
of
coaching,
course,
the staff, all that will get restructured. And the
of
thing is, they've
course.
got to kind of do a smaller job to what we had to do in terms of
But
like
then the thing is,
redeveloping the
if
staff.
if I'm watching Ineos right now, Ineos have already shown me a bit of red flags in the sense of um them sacking Ten Hag a bit too late is one thing.
Fair
You know what
enough,
I'm
Jacob.
saying? I think I've also told my brother this. Listen, as soon as he wins that FA Cup, you sack him.
Hmm.
Bring in that manager to at least get the players he wants. But for
Mhm.
Exactly.
me, I think Amarim's still a good coach. I don't think he's a bad coach, and I
Right.
don't care what he's done at Man United. I think what it is like the rest of the managers that come to Man United could experience the same thing. They could.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not saying, but not. But then the thing is like I feel like he needs. Let's just see what happens once he gets his players in.
Uh,
He get rid of a few because I genuinely think there's some players that are not good enough at all. At Man
mm.
United, Hoyland, Hoyland is not good at all. Garnacho, he's rubbish. I don't know why Chelsea would touch him. I
It's
don't know
not
why.
Chelsea, it's the owners. Clearly, they want
I'm,
it
I
because
mean,
he
the
falls
board.
within our wage structure and he's under 25.
No, but like the thing is, as well, the owners are the problem. But
Yeah,
then the
of
board are
course.
the people that look for the
I hate
players,
that, man. R. Kelly
not the
said.
owners. The last owner who did that for Chelsea, obviously Todd Bowley did it. But then what it was when he brought in the the two stupid kangaroos in, you know what I'm saying? When he brought these two in,
No
what it
offense,
was
Leroy, if you're there.
no. What when he no, it's not even to it's not even I don't he's not even a diss Australians, but yeah,
I'm
it's
teasing.
just you just look like them, you know what I'm saying? But when they brought the two meerkats in, um
Just going to the animal kingdom.
from Brighton, where it was is like what it was, they brought them in. Clear Lake Capital
Big
brought
up,
them in
Eric.
just
My
so they
boy.
can deal with the footballing side. And Todd Body would just not have to be the chairman or the board or the sporting director for Tuchel. Issue I'm saying, or for Potter. You know what I'm saying? So and they didn't then, and they've done that horribly. So you can see where that's gone. But about Man United, I think although it's Ineos' first season, I think they can still learn from what they're doing.
They
Obviously,
No,
like
they
us.
know they know what they're doing.
They need time to
yeah.
get it right.
They know
That's
what
all
they're
it is. They
doing.
need
Okay, maybe they need
Yeah.
time to get right, but then at the end of the day, I don't tell Man United fans how they should feel. In my opinion,
Hmm?
if they're not for Ineos, is completely understandable. Because I think a club of Man United stature, 17th is unacceptable. Unacceptable. I do not care. Even if they win the Europa League, they need to look back at this season and be like, my goodness me, you are in a relegate. This is a relegation place. Man United relegation
I mean,
place.
the
I'm
bottom three don't
sorry.
even count. We're basically bottom of the table. They don't count. They're done. I
Exactly.
mean,
That's
Exactly.
what
you
I'm
got
trying to say.
Southampton.
It's
They're,
the
they're
worst
And
so
without
and
being
Dans,
low.
punished.
I want to know your
Yeah.
opinion on this because like I don't know, but like I've seen some fans say that Bruno is not good for your team. Would you keep him? For me,
Hmm?
obviously I'm a Chelsea fan, so I don't really want to tell any Man United fans how to feel. But I just want to ask some questions.
JK
Like
wants to remain perfectly imbalanced.
no, but like seriously,
No, I
no,
say keep him.
no, but like seriously. you know what? I have a soft spot for Man United. You know what I'm saying?
As your
At the
brother.
moment,
Oh, yeah. It's your brother.
like
Same reason why
surprisingly,
I don't mind Arsenal. I can stand them.
man,
You know.
because we've developed, because they've cheered us through the times where we needed them. You think of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? Let me. I want to
North
sympathize
London
for you.
United.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you said. There's camaraderie now because we've been through some shit together. Like I said earlier, like
Yeah.
It's like
because
that
one thing,
Bloods meme.
because I'm not being funny right now. I have to say, I'm sure Dan's going to be when I sit there and say we both look at our ownership and be like,
No.
just why
Even
these?
when we were bad, Man United fans were sympathizing for us as well. Some of them. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know, then they're right in the same problem as me. You know, that's what you said
Yeah.
about the stadium conditions, brother. It's just like one of those. Like, I'm telling you, if it was to go badly for us, they're us in 5 years' time. You know what I mean? It's just like we're just like two old bums sitting on the wall. Like, bro, I know how you feel, man. I used to be just like you.
Back in my day,
Yeah, them
we
ones.
used
You know
to
what I
keep
mean?
shit.
We did okay in our day, right? We
Last
did okay.
season reminded me Chelsea and Man United were like dumber and dumber. In the sense,
Harry and Lloyd.
if you remember,
I
the
mean,
main
we had
poster,
the
the
light
most,
blue outfit on. They
yeah,
got the orange, but we could
exactly.
pretend it's red.
You know the
And
most famous
Arsenal got
poster,
the dog called win. Ain't that a bitch?
exactly. We're both in the mud. So what we do is that we just hug it out in the poster. You know what I'm saying? We're like, you know what? We're my brothers. Yeah.
It'd be like a US Marine photo. You weren't there, man. No, but it's true though, because uh, I will say this: they are okay. Liverpool fans may complain about their ownership. We may complain about ours, but just on a banter side, the amount of money the Glazers has sucked out of that club before Ineos got there. I tell you what, yeah, you know the best way to explain Man United, right? They're like a classic old battleship where one engineering crew's got there to fix it, done a really, really, really bad job, and then maybe another group of engineers, whether they're good or not, time will tell, has got to go in there and sort out the additional mess to fix it. And it's just one of those ones where you kind of don't hate United, but it's just like you're like a ticking time bomb. Do they get it right before it pops again? You know what I mean? Like, that's just my analogy. If anyone thinks I'm being unfair with that, please shout me out and call me out on it. But that's just my take on it. It's not often I give my opinion directly on time. But look, before we go, because I'm gonna wrap this up because I want to go and spend some time with Kate. I want to hear from everyone, and I'll start off with obviously our guest of honor for tonight. Times, like, what do you think the scoreline will be tomorrow? Because you've already said you don't care, so I might as well ask you first.
I didn't even know the game was tomorrow until I turned on YouTube and saw y'all streaming.
Damn
I didn't
you,
know the game
bro!
was
It's
tomorrow.
Chelsea, bruv. You
But
better reckon, man.
win
Tomorrow's
one,
the weird
lose one. I don't know. We might win one. 3-1 Man United.
All right.
Probably.
Imagine their opinion a minute ago. Then he come out with a strong one.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Wait, can Sancho play? Is he
No,
or is that
No, he
parent? Is
can't
that
play.
parent tie? Oh, I know he wants to play bad. I
And
know
Mel,
he.
God bless you, man.
Oh,
Subscribe to Mel as well, man. She's top girl,
I
man.
wish Sancho could play, man.
Everyone's favorite Canadian. Big up, Mel.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm just Villa 3-1, Proper Chelsea 2-1. Come on. All right, cool. So what you said 3-1 United. Any particular like goal scorers in mind, or
I'll probably go Garnacho,
thank
Hoyland,
you, Eric. Big up,
and
brother, man. Much love to you as always, man. My guy.
Garnacho, Hoyland, and
as long as it's not Mounts. Good God, can you imagine?
oh, I love
Money
Mason
night.
Mount since he's the
Money
parent
night.
club.
He had that one
Parent
good
club.
goal.
Yeah, he'll probably score against Chelsea. I can see that.
Oh yeah. I'm not being funny. Kai Havertz scored against us, so if Kai Havertz can do it, Mason Mount can do
He'll
it
start
too,
tomorrow. I think he'll play since it's the. Yeah, I think
oh,
Mason
he's
Mount
gonna
will
get
play.
booed. He's gonna get booed
I
hardcore,
hope
man.
he
He
scores
really
on
is.
you and he shushes you too. Hope he dunks on you. That'd be great. Is it at Stanford Bridge or is it at?
It is. Big
Oh
up,
man, that'd be great.
SK, my guy. Big up, brother. Hope
Funny
you're doing
enough, I
well,
can
my boy.
actually see Mount scoring. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see
Yeah, we
that.
can all see it. That's the problem.
Yeah, he'll score.
We always let our former players score against us. Kai, Mount, who else? Pulisic, I think, scored against us too.
And they will
So-
celebrate deep it.
Oh yeah.
I think Mount won't. Kai, he was a little bit of a bitch, so of course he wanted to do that.
And remember, they labeled him Proper Chelsea as well. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Bro,
Hudson-Odoi, proper Chelsea. They
Lampard's
celebrate when
proper
they score
Chelsea,
on the
man. It's
field.
not about heritage; it's about history, bro. It's, if you have the history with the club, then you're proper Chelsea, man. You don't just because you've been there, don't make you proper Chelsea.
Mount, when he scores, I'm telling you, he will celebrate. I'm telling you. I'll predict it. He will celebrate. He will celebrate.
Well, fine, he can
I'm just
celebrate.
telling you.
This is coming from a guy, bro, that had to redo his goodbye video twice because it took so long. So I'm not even being funny.
I wish Sancho was playing, bro.
Why is that?
I don't know. He's got a point to prove. I mean, let's see if he could do it. I wish he was playing against us.
Oh, maybe when we sign him, I think we'll sign him on a permanent. So maybe
he should have played. Ten Hag should have said he should have played against him. That would have been great. That would have been a good game. Yeah. When he was in Chelsea and Ten Hag was still here, that would have been good.
His contract states where he can play against his parenthood club.
No, I don't know why that's a rule. When did they add that?
They probably added it in his loan deal. You know what it is? Maybe Man United didn't want any more embarrassment than what they've got, so they just said, "Damn, just don't play him against us, and you can have him."
No, why do they have the parent club thing? Why do they do that? I don't
no, it's just to cripple the opposition, isn't it? If it hurts them later on down the line, why not? That's just how it's seen as. It's strategic, isn't it?
Can you imagine if Sancho were to score like the winning goal, and then the first thing that comes out, well, why the hell was this included in his contract that he could play against his parent club?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Rashford or something.
You know, it'd be even worse if Maguire scores a winner tomorrow.
Oh, fuck.
He could do it.
He's tall.
Trade one giraffe for another, eh?
Yeah.
Never mind. Bro. I'll tell you what, man. I don't know what it is about Harry. He's not a bad guy, but it's just this guy's just like a moving lump of flesh.
You know what, Maguire?
Strange.
He's better than some strikers I know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not being funny, bro, but Tominay was better than most of Man United strikers. That's not a difficult... the McTominator, bro. Don't hate on the McTominator. If you notice how Man United's goals have dried up since that guy left.
Nuggets.
He done a job, bro. I'm not saying he was good or bad. He done a job. That's right. He scored goals.
There was a lot of Man U fans that said he was a big problem for the team. I was like, well, he's a decent player. I mean, I think he was like a big
scored against us as well. He made enough of it.
About Bruno, they're saying Bruno's the big problem.
Anyway, how they judge football nowadays is well beyond me. But anyway, JK, scoreline for tomorrow, brother.
We should win this match. But then the problem is, whenever I predict a win, we lose. So I don't know. I don't know.
Don't be shy, bro. No one will hold it against you.
Liverpool to beat us, and we beat them. So I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go for this one more time. Otherwise, I'm just gonna start predicting a loss for all Big Six games, just for the good of us to win. So I'm gonna
don't do this reverse psychology shit on me, bro. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning.
I'm gonna go 3-1.
Full of this, bro.
I'm gonna go 3-1 to the Chelsea.
Jesus Christ.
But
all right, well,
yeah, but I'm gonna have to go now. I have to travel tomorrow. But yeah.
So what was your score in the end?
3-1 Chelsea.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Right. Yeah, damn.
We should win this game. I mean, we should win this game. To be fair, at this point, we just beat them, but I don't think we don't need to batter them. I think just win the game. At this point, I don't care.
What, start Guy up front or Neto?
Neto for me. I like Neto playing as the full.
Oh, there you go. JPT chucked his answer in as well. All right, fair enough. All right, so 3-1 to Chelsea. I do think Neto in that role can hurt them though, because if he finds space, he actually plays well against United when he comes up against them. So
yeah,
we'll see.
But either way, it's big ups everyone. Thanks for the stream. I'm gonna leave.
God man, it's been a good stream, man. I appreciate all of you, man. You, Deals, T, everyone, man. You've all been great today. I appreciate that. JPT, my guy, what do you reckon, man? What's the score for you?
Just for the fact that Man U could not give two fucks about this game, and as time said, they're gonna go for their teenagers, throw in the water boys for all you care. We should.
Adam Sandler went straight to mind. I'm sorry.
Which one?
But yeah. What do you reckon, though? 2-0?
No, 2-1. We're not gonna keep a clean sheet. It's especially when we have Sanchez in goal. Yeah, he'll make great saves here and there, but he always has a bozo moment. But the defense does, especially when we have Colwell still there. How that guy got nominated for one of best young players of the season is beyond me. But Neto should be the starting striker, and then on the wings, Palmer and what was the other one? Noni, and then just a midfield three of Enzo, Lavia, and Caicedo. We should have this wrapped up, and then they go and prepare for their Wednesday final. So yeah,
all locked in.
Exactly.
Well,
If we lose, man. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm not being funny. From Man United's point of view, I wouldn't take any chances. So I'm not being funny. I expect it to be kind of like not expect it. I kind of hope it to be like the Liverpool game when they make so many. They're inconsistent anyway, but they make so many changes. It's even worse.
I think Amram's gonna play starters and not make subs, man. I don't know.
Well, I'm not being funny. I have to say, in terms of your season, it's critical you win the Europa League, big trophy or not, because
I would not be surprised if we lost. I'm mentally prepared because I know how this team operates. If we go 2 goals down, we're gonna lose. Because Tottenham have beaten us 3 times, so we can't go 2 goals behind like we did against Lyon. We're screwed. We're gonna lose because I don't think Tottenham are gonna throw that away. Yeah, but they had a red card. I mean, Tottenham might not have a red card.
No, but they have 4 injuries. 3 of them I think are key, which is Madison, actually 5: Madison, Bergvall, Kulusevski, and Dragusin. So they have major injuries, which in their bench is already thin as it is. So this should be
thin.
Yeah, true, but at least you have better quality off the bench than they do, in my opinion.
True. All right, well, boys, we're gonna hang on. SK, what's up, brother? You okay?
Yo, what's up, guys?
What did you want to say, my guy? Because we're just about to wrap up the stream, so have your say, and we're gonna call it a night.
Oh shit, my bad.
No, you're right, brother. We got an hour and 15, and it's late for me. So, but you can have your say, my guy, and we're gonna split. So, say what you're gonna say, my guy.
I'm assuming this is about the game tomorrow. Yeah, bro. Don, I'm assuming you're a United fan, right?
Oh yeah.
So basically, all I have to say is, if y'all put in your starters and actually try for this game, we're kicking all of their ankles. So that's all.
Breaking clavicles.
Take that.
Yeah, I wouldn't play nobody serious. I wouldn't put Bruno in. I wouldn't put Ahmed in. I'm not putting nobody serious.
We got the understanding. We cool. That's all.
This is not serious. I mean,
no, I take no chance.
4, it is what it is. I mean, they're farther up the table, so they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But this is an insignificant match. I'm not gonna lie.
SK, what's your scoreline for tomorrow, bro?
I'm gonna do a cheeky 2-1, bro.
A cheeky 2-1. All right. I apologize. I can't have you on for longer, but Mrs. calls, my brother. Mrs. calls, and I'm not being funny. Like, it's going to be a long day for her tomorrow, so I got to get that in. But I appreciate you coming on, and I much obliged to you, my guy. Bless you, and best luck to this, brother, down on the bottom right hand side. Times, man, you've been an absolute pleasure to have on, everyone. Maybe we should do a little watch along thing for our final.
I gotta get on more shows, man. I've been working. I'm tired.
It's like
I gotta get on more stuff.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you back, man, because, you know what I mean, I'm lucky in the sense of I deal with a group of YouTubers that everyone's just kind of like me. They're kind of just calm and just like to talk at the end of the day. So I'm blessed in the YouTubers and stuff.
I'm not going to be calling you next week. So, I'm calling
actually, so.
Well, a lot depends on our cup finals, doesn't it? Because I'm not being funny. Almost as much as
it is what it is. I mean, it's the Conference League. So.
No, brother. I've got Chelsea heritage in mind, brother. I want to complete football.
Do y'all go to the Champions League if you win the Conference League?
Nah, just Europa.
No, Europa League. But one thing about it, as someone who's seen Chelsea in many different competitions, the idea of being the only team in world football to win every single trophy available to them.
Now, when people ask
that is history, not a trophy. That is football history.
And there's obviously not to keep you too long. I've been watching some Batista. Batista are good. They are no slouches.
Since the January window, they've been cooking everybody. They took points off of Barca. They beat Real Madrid. And surprisingly, the only thing that just gives me hope now that they just dropped points to who the fuck did they play?
No way, man. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't think Man United will take any risks. I don't think they need to be taking any risks. So, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is for both. But I will know for this side. I'll say, I think I'll have to agree with SK and JPT. We'll gift them something. So hopefully it'll be a repeat of the Liverpool game. So I'll say 3-1. 3-1. Because I'm hoping it will be a repeat of the Liverpool game. That Man United will make loads of changes, and it will just be our lucky day, and we'll just get a load of chances, and Palmer will turn up. Because when that boy cooks, he cooks. So yeah. But yeah, big up to SK, big up to Dams, big up to JPT, big up to Tyrone, big up to JK as well. You know what I mean? Like, I'm big up to Deals as well. He wasn't around for long, but he tried to get on, bless him. But he was working and chucking back on the bus. So yeah, but big up to everyone in the chat as well. Mel and Rosie, respectively. Please start to the girls as well. Like, both great content creators. Much love to them. Much love to everybody in the chat as well. DJ Crane, of course, my brother, like from another mother. Big up to you, my guy. Big up to Mel as well. Big up to SK when he was in the chat as well. Eros, the boss. Aces was there as well. Deals was there as well. Holding the fort, bless him. Rosie, big up to you. Have I missed anybody out? And I don't like to miss people out. Chelsea session. No, I think I'll probably go over on my missus as well, but I'll thank her personally. Oh yeah, and Bargav as well, of course. I cannot forget Bargav, man. Big up Bargav as well, man. But I hope I've covered everybody. Stay safe. Good night, everybody, and we're out of here. Peace.